Maharana Kumbha, the unbeatable warrior of Mewar, is the subject of this episode of Mewar's Glory. He is known in history by many titles such as Raneraay, Nandikeshwar, Ashwapati, Narapati, Gajpati, Hindu Surtan, Rawaray, and Parama Bhagwat. Among the rulers of Rajasthan, Maharana Kumbha or Kumbhkaran was the greatest of them all. Before his time, the Rajputs were only able to defend their territories here and there. However, Kumbha, also known as Kumbhkaran, brought the Rajputana politics and power to the forefront of India. He made sure the Muslims, wherever they ruled, recognized the might of Rajputana across the land. Maharana Kumbha is also credited with being the modern architect of the Chittorgarh fort. As a young boy, Kumbhkaran had witnessed his father Maharana Mokal being murdered by his own people. After narrowly escaping the killers, he lived in hiding, surviving with remarkable patience and courage. It was the loyal courtiers of Maharana Mokal who safeguarded the young prince Kumbhkaran. The pampered prince, who had once lived a life of luxury in the royal palace, now found himself living among a herd of goats for his safety. But time changed, and Kumbhkaran ascended the throne of Mewar. With the help of Ranmal Rathor, he not only avenged his father's death but also became immortal in history under the name of Maharana Kumbha. Following in the footsteps of his valiant ancestors, Maharana Kumbha first conquered the fort of Gajpati. He then launched an attack on Bundi and also attacked Siyasamal Devra of Sirohi, who had taken some of Mewar's villages after the death of Maharana Mokal. Maharana Kumbha not only reclaimed those villages but also took control of regions like Azhari and Pindware. In 1436, a fierce battle broke out near Jahazpur between Maharana Kumbha and Rao Bersal, which ended in Mewar's victory. Having defeated the combined forces of the Hadas, Maharana Kumbha's army reclaimed Mandalgarh in 1436. Kumbha's influence grew substantially after he secured victories in Bundi and Salasar, adding Mandalgarh, Bijolia and Jahazpur to his kingdom. Maharana Kumbha's desire to avenge his father's murder drove him to great heights. His father's three murderers, Mepa Panwar, Meera and Chacha, had fled to the Rajj mountains after the killing. Maharana Kumbha ordered his maternal uncle Ranmal Rathor to capture them. While Ranmal killed Meera and Chacha, Mepa Panwar escaped to seek refuge with the Sultan of Malwa, Mahmud Khilji. Upon hearing this, Maharana Kumbha sent a message to Sultan Mahmud Khilji demanding that Mepa be handed over. When the Sultan refused, Kumbha, enraged, challenged him to war. Maharana Kumbha first eliminated the threats from traitors and enemies within his own kingdom, and then systematically confronted external threats, especially from the Mughal invaders. In 1437, with an army of 10,000 soldiers and 1,400 elephants, Maharana Kumbha marched to Mandu to attack Sultan Mahmud Khilji. A fierce battle took place at Sarangpur, where Kumbha's unbeatable forces decisively defeated Khilji's army. The courageous soldiers of Maharana Kumbha pursued the fleeing Khilji's army all the way to Mandu and eventually captured Sultan Mahmud Khilji. After keeping him imprisoned in Chittorgarh for 6 months, Maharana Kumbha released him under the condition that he would not levy taxes on Mewar. Although Mahmud Khilji bore a grudge, he made several unsuccessful attempts to invade Mewar. In the meantime, Maharana Kumbha's forces triumphed over several other rivals, including Firoz Khan of Gujarat, a relative of Sultan Qutubuddin Shah, and defeated the joint forces of Gujarat and Malwa in 1457 Battle of Bairatgarh. The two sultans fled after suffering a crushing defeat. In 1458, Maharana Kumbha also attacked Sultan Shams Khan of Nagaur, who had the support of the Gujarat army. Once again, Kumbha's powerful army proved victorious and Shams Khan was defeated. In 1460, Maharana Kumbha defeated Gujarat's Sultan Fateh Khan, marking yet another victory in his long list of triumphs. The victory pillar, a testament to his countless victories, stands as a priceless treasure of India. Beyond his military conquests, Maharana Kumbha's fame also grew due to his dedication to public welfare and his architectural achievements. He constructed several forts, temples and reservoirs, making Chittorgarh a symbol of cultural prosperity. He built the famous Kumbhalgarh fort, revived Basantpur and restored the temple of Sri Eklingji. The Kirti Stambh of Chittorgarh, a unique creation, is a masterpiece of sculpture reflecting his passion for craftsmanship and his illustrious personality. Maharana Kumbha also constructed the Sringar Chhamni inside the Chittorgarh fort for his daughter Ramabai's wedding and built the Kumbh Shyamji temple dedicated to Vishnu. His reign is often called the Golden Age of architecture as he commissioned the construction of numerous forts, temples and royal palaces. According to the historian Shamal Das, Kumbha is credited with building 32 forts including the renowned Kumbhalgarh, Achalgarh, Machan, Bausat and Basantgarh forts. This period also saw the construction of the Ranakpur Jain temples under the guidance of the architect Deepak, commissioned by the merchant Gairan Shah. Maharana Kumbha was a great patron of learning and arts. He authored several musical treatises, explained texts like Chandi Shatak and Geet Govind, and was well versed in the Natya Shastra. He was also proficient in playing the veena. His contributions to sculpture and architecture were monumental, with many treatises on these subjects written during his reign. Maharana Kumbha ruled Mewar from 1433 to 1468. However, in a tragic twist of fate, the very ruler who never lost a battle and whose enemies could not touch him met his end at the hands of his own son, Uday Singh, in 1468. One day, while Maharana Kumbha was offering his morning prayers at the Eklingji temple, his ambitious and ruthless son Uday Singh, who harbored resentment, beheaded him with his sword. Maharana Kumbha's legacy of valor and greatness etched in the history of Mewar became a beacon of rulers and policymakers across India, inspiring future generations. His saga of courage and wisdom continues to be immortalized, becoming a model of excellence for all time.